at the top of the division. They're the Bills, still there, winning.
They're not at the top of the division.
Winning at Detroit, right there with Miami, and we have Miami's got to go through Buffalo. And aren't you?
They already did.
Something's been off about those Bills lately. Can't put my finger on it.
And the Eagles, other than them having the best rushing performance of all time last night.
Josh Allen looks sad.
The Chiefs are the only good team. There, I said it.
I don't know.
He has answers.
Like, I'm not buying the Bills, the Eagles. There's holes there. Like, they're good teams, clearly. I don't want to play them. But I'm just saying, they can be taken, both those teams. We saw last night. The Packers played miserable last night and only lost by 7. The Eagles,
Oh, come on, man.
They haven't played anyone, Dan.
This is terrible analysis by you, and it's soaked in Dolphin homerism because what you're noticing is, oh, look, Tua looks more spectacular than Hurts. Hurts looks fine, but Tua, my quarterback, this is what you're doing. You're your father's son.
Well, it's no. It's rushing attack versus passing attack. The Eagles' rushing attack is unbelievable. But I see holes. Like, the Packers played like shit last night, and that ended up being a close game with Jordan Love. I'm just saying the Eagles, as dominant, they're 10-1.
They scored 40, Chris.
How much money did you have on this Packers game?
Yeah.
No money, just in a pool I had that.
But why?
No. But did you guys watch the game? I watched every second of that game, and it was infuriating how close the Packers kept it because they got dominated, and yet they were in the game, and it was just like the Eagles, there's something going on here where I'm not buying the Eagles as this, just put them in the Super Bowl. Every game in the playoffs is going to be a close game for them.
There was also some turnovers at bad moments for the Eagles.
That was perfect.
That,
I needed those.
Kept the Packers in the game.
I had nothing left to watch Jordan Love. I just had nothing.
You were out of gas.
I felt first time in a decade I've fallen asleep on a couch.
It's going to be key for the Dolphins not to turn it over, though, in December.
That is true.
Chris Cote, your analysis is so clearly just contaminated by the bets you had in that game.
I was watching that game with a clear head. I'm just the rushing attack from the Eagles last night. It was as if the 7 of us were trying to play run defense.
It was weird that they weren't prepared for Jalen Hurts to be mobile.
And then they kept mentioning the missed tackles and the missed tackles by these Packers last night. I mean, it's just
on the rushing attack.
Chris, everyone can hear you.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Your analysis
I watched every snap of that game last night.
How many prop bets did you have?
None. Just had the Packers plus 6.5. That's it.
What is going on right now? Does someone have? Oh, I'm sorry. Hang on. I have Kansas City talking in my ear. I thought that was going over the air. Go for it. It's like, what the hell is happening
Andy
right now?
Reid?
Sorry about that, guys.
I muted my computer like 6 times just to be sure.
You heard that too, right?
I heard it.
What the goddamn heck is going on?
I'm just both can be true. I can be emotional about last night's game, and the Eagles can be a team that are a little vulnerable for a 10-1 team.
Okay, but they've lost once.
I'm just saying, look at their scores the last few games. They're playing close games.
Chris Cote,
it's one of those random things where they're winning close games.
Just say they're not good. They're not good.
No, I'm not saying they're not good.
Say it. They're not good.
This is an infuriating thing that happened with the Steelers 2 years ago when they started the season 11-0, and everyone's like, "Oh, the Steelers suck. They're the worst 11-0 team ever." And I was like, "Well, they've won every single game this season, so it's a little mean to say that." And then they went on and choked in the playoffs because they weren't that well-rounded of a team, but they had some lucky games at the beginning of the season. And things shook out for them in a good way until the playoffs came around, and then they hadn't really worked on any of their weaknesses.
I'm not saying I want to face the Eagles. I'm just saying I think
say
they can
more.
be had.
No, say more. Be the first one to say this is the worst 11-1 team in NFL history, and they're not making it to the Super Bowl.
I'm not saying that, though.
Say it.
Are you fixated on the Eagles?
I'll say
if
it.
you match up with them, it would just be in the Super Bowl.
I don't know. I don't know why I'm
That's a
being
classic
attacked right now.
look-ahead
I just came in with a take.
No,
I'm going to say
No,
it.
I've never seen. You're looking beyond the Niners and already ahead to the Super Bowl.
Who did I put in the Super Bowl?
I want to talk about the Eagles. What does that matter?
I want to step in Chris Cody's defense because I do think that you can have sharper takes and sharper views on a game after having gambled on it. Oh, yeah. Yes, they might emotionally taint those thoughts, but I think you watch that game more keenly than any of us. You are more tuned in.
That's what he keeps saying.
Right.
He keeps saying, I watched every play, and I saw that the Packers with stinky Jordan Love stayed in the game, and his analysis at the end of it is is just, hey, like the rest of America, I think the Chiefs are better than everyone. Don't totally trust the Bills. And the Eagles, oh, that looks like a team that can lose in the first round in an upset, even though they've only lost 2 or 3 games all season.
That sounds great what you're saying right now. That sounds like a guy who's watching sports this weekend.
Go to the Eagles schedule game by game.
It's only the Cowboys game that they could lose.
No, they could have lost to the Lions. They only won by a field goal. They could have lost to the Cardinals. That's right. That's game 1. They could have lost to the Lions. They could have lost to the Cardinals. They could have lost to the Cowboys.
Yep.
I mean, if things would have bounced another way in a sport where a ball is not round, Dan, I know you like that. Guess what? They could be in second place, maybe on the OLI in the playoffs.
Okay,
They're not that good.
And
the
in that
Eagles.
sport, the Ravens are like
They're
6.
not that good either.
Okay, but they're also 6 points from
They're
being
a fraud team. I'll just say it right now. The Ravens are a fraud
I
team.
love
That boy. That's how you do it.
The God bless football crew. You give them a little slither of something, and they take it and they run with it.
What are you talking about?
Yes, that's fine. You can think that, but I'm
You
just
see the hole and you explode.
Oh,
through
you're
it.
gonna bet on the Ravens,
Yeah.
please.
I'm
the
not-
Ravens are lucky that they have the wins that they have.
Something's wrong with Lamar Jackson. I'm
with
telling you.
Stugotz. I told
Yeah.
him that he was crazy when he said that Lamar was costing him a lot of money not signing in the offseason. I'm starting to wonder. He's not had a great season, Dan. Has he had a great season?
Well, that's fine. And all I'm saying is that the Ravens could be undefeated with a bounce here and there, and they're playing yesterday's game. Tell me that the most exciting moment in football wasn't Justin Tucker running out there to try and kick a 67-yarder to win it.
There was a timeout on the board. I guess he didn't want to ice the kicker, but making that a fire drill was a little confusing to me. And yes, it was super exciting. I thought for sure he was making it.
I expected it to go in.
Yeah.
I did.
Same, but also, how
Yeah.
about you handle the Jaguars? Because they're the Jaguars.
They're good, man.
No, they're not.
But Trevor Lawrence in the fourth quarter, I mean,
He was great.
They
Yeah.
didn't see that coming.
Mm-hmm.
What is your take then, Billy? Just the
I don't
Ravens
know.
are
I've had a lot.
frauds.
The Ravens are not
okay.
a great team. Do you think the Ravens are a great team?
All I'm saying to you is when you guys say this game decided by 3 points, this one by 3 points,
Yeah.
that's all of them.
Look at the Dolphins schedule.
Yeah.
I think
Blowing
they
teams out.
The Dolphins, no, you say look at the Dolphins schedule, but Billy, you were teasing me the entire pandemic. Hey, Dan, you want to do this season, wins, losses?
Yeah, you didn't. You
No,
were afraid,
no,
and
but-
now you want to do it.
no,
Now
but-
you're
no,
going to want to
but
do it because the
together-
Dolphins are good, and
Losses.
people want to talk about the
And he
Dolphins
sees
now.
losses.
Mhm.
No,
You thought the Dolphins were going to be shit this year. Just say it. You thought the
No.
Dolphins were going to be bad.
It's not true at all.
You want them to lose.
Not true. All lies.
He came in here and was like, I'm excited about this Dolphin season. I'm ready to go. And we thought, boy, Dan has gone out on a limb. And then Stugotz and Greg Cote an hour
that's
later
right.
said they're going to win the Super Bowl. I was
And
like,
look at
well,
them.
shit.
Yeah.
And you guys didn't want to follow that path.
Yep.
You
Dan
can't-
doubted them. Yeah.
He can't claim that he was excited about them. He refused to answer every single one of your "Is that a win? Is that a
Yeah.
loss?" questions. You
But,
tried several times.
Yes, you tried
49ers,
several
win or
times,
loss.
and
49ers.
we're not going to do
Answer
it
the
again.
Well,
question.
you're doing it again.
I'm not going to do it again.
Doing it again.
What I'm going to do is go back and remind you that what we did do is said, hey, the first 4 games on the schedule are really hard, and then they've got 8 easy ones. We did that before the season.
And-
That's the easy part of the schedule. And through that, the Dolphins, when Tua is healthy, they win every game. And when he's not healthy, they lose the 3 of them, and they're not healthy right now.